Well, hello and welcome to the Chester County Intermediate Unit Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Liz and I will be your facilitator this evening. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. After this session, I will be posting a link in the chat. We invite you to join a breakout room with all of the college representatives that were presented this hour. The breakout rooms will last approximately 15 minutes between the end of the session and before the next sessions begin at the top of the hour. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Chester County. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Sophia from Gwynedd Mercy.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming today. I'm really happy to be chatting with you about the university. So let's get started. So Gwynedd Mercy University is located in Gwynedd Valley, Pennsylvania, about 30 minutes from Philadelphia. We were founded in 1948 by the Sisters of Mercy. We have a little under 2,000 undergraduate students, so not too big, not too small. And we're also really proud to say that 100% of our first-time, full-time students receive generous financial aid and scholarships from us. We have, in terms of our class size, we're at 10-1. And for those of you who may be interested in something like nursing, when you get in your clinicals, it's more like 14-1. So we really value that smaller class size so that we can give you that holistic support and one-on-one attention. And in terms of our majors and minors, we have 13 plus majors and 15 minors. And I'll put this up here for you guys to look at, and I'm happy to answer any specific questions in the breakout rooms about any majors that you're interested in. In terms of our oldest program and our most popular program is nursing. What really makes our nursing program stand out is that we do not require the TEAS test. We have you start in your nursing classes from day one intermixed with your gen eds. We have over 200 different clinical partnerships. Some of them that most people know about would be Fox Chase Cancer Center, Einstein Montgomery, and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And we have an 85% first-time pass rate on our NCLEX exam. So we prep you guys for that from day one. In terms of the Nursing and Health Professions Department, other programs I really like to highlight because they're newer are our occupational science and therapy programs. And one that I like to highlight due to the current pandemic would be our respiratory care program. And that deals with diseases of the lungs and things like that. And education is our second oldest program on campus, and we have a new concentration available. It's a pre-K through 12 special education program, and then we have a dual certification option as well. And for all of our business programs that you see listed here, students, after they've gotten a couple semesters under their belt, can opt to discuss with their academic advisor about a 4+1 option where they get 4 years their bachelor's and 1 more year they can get the MBA while still using their undergraduate scholarship. The newest program in this department, in addition to the pre-K through 12 special ed, is the digital communications. And then the arts and sciences. The newest programs in this department would be artificial intelligence and machine learning, public health, social work, and the most popular being criminal justice, psychology, and biology, which is also our pre-med program. And then for the sake of time, I'm gonna skip over this, but basically what this is referring to is that we prepare you holistically, not just academically, to be successful in your field. So the Griffin Edge really is just a living portfolio that really answers the question of what does Gwynedd do to prepare me, not just academically, but in all other ways in order to get my right into my field as soon as I graduate. So that's something I'm happy to chat further with you about. And we're also really proud to say that we're test optional now. So if you're interested in applying, all we really need if you decide not to submit your test scores would be your completed application, your official high school transcripts, and then depending on the major to which you're applying, we would reach out to you directly to conduct an admissions interview However, we would not necessarily need the rec letter and the interview if you choose to submit SAT scores. And of course, the best time to apply is now. You can apply either through our website or you can use the Common App. And typically it takes roughly 1 to 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks to hear back from us. Because we're rolling admissions, this means that we're constantly processing applications really until the program fills up. And because some programs fill up faster than others, I always encourage students to get that in sooner than later. So we're really proud to say that 100% of our first-time students receive generous scholarships from us, and I've put a snapshot there for you, and I can certainly, there's more that you can find in terms of scholarships on our website. But our first-time students typically receive a scholarship that ranges between $14,000 and $20,000, and we've upped that this year. So whatever amount that you would get really depends on your grades and GPA, and that scholarship is renewable every year for all 4 years of your time with us. And that scholarship is in addition to, anything you get from FAFSA. And it's in addition to, say, you're able to submit your financial aid package, or I'm sorry, apply for financial aid through FAFSA. And note Gwynedd on your FAFSA at or before January 15th, in this case of 2022. We would also give you what's called a priority grant. That's $1,000, also renewable every year for 4 years. And then we added on a bunch of other new scholarships related to the honors program if you choose to participate in that. Another scholarship if you want to live on campus or if you're from out of state. So I always tell students to bear that in mind as they're looking at the tuition, because the large chunk of money is taken off right off the bat, because these scholarships are given to you upon point of acceptance and are renewable every year for 4 years. So just to kind of bring it all full circle, what I would encourage you guys to do is apply and submit your application. As I said, we are rolling admissions. So this one's a better one here. There we go. What I would encourage you to do is apply as soon as you can, especially if, since the programs, some fill up faster than others. For those of you who maybe are juniors, a really good next step would be to visit campus, either in person or virtually. We are doing visits Monday through Friday, in person or virtually, and you could schedule that online or through me if you'd like. And we're really happy to do those. We also have some events coming up for the weekend as well. Saturday visits, we have open houses. We can schedule Zoom calls to talk one-on-one. So whatever works best for you, we can do that. So I suggest you visit campus, get a feel for if it feels right to you. You can talk to faculty as well. We can set that up for you. Of course, submit that application and send over those materials. So if you're applying as test optional, just to reiterate, it would be those transcripts, the letter of recommendation, and then we could reach out about your interview. But if you have the scores, we would not need the letter of rec or interview. And then of course, to complete your FAFSA, and we're certainly more than happy to assist you with that if you need help with that. So I wanted to leave a little time at the end in case there was anything for me, but I think that was all my 6 minutes.
Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, and if anyone has questions, they can put them in the Q&A, and you can feel free to work on those while others are presenting. And now we'll turn it over to Robin with the Wellness Institute of Chester County Massage Therapy School.
Hi, my name is Robin, and I am from the Wellness Institute of Chester County, and we are a massage therapy school here in Exton. I'm trying to find my screen share. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, we're a massage therapy school in Exton, and so our classes are 10 months long. We offer a free tuition raffle for every single student interested in the program. Our classes run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We also have a Tuesday, Thursday class. There is a lot of job opportunities for massage therapists, and the type of school that we are is a little bit different than most of the other schools in the area. So we are a clinically based program, and we teach you things like treatment plans, orthopedic tests, neurological tests. We go beyond the basic Swedish massage, and we teach you how to be medical professionals. You are eligible to take the massage bodywork and licensure exam upon graduation. We have a 92% pass rate for our NBLEX exams. The state of Pennsylvania as a whole is 70%, so we're doing really good. Our school is housed inside a chiropractor's office, which is the Wellness center of Chester County. So our chiropractors come into our classroom. We do a lot of clinical case studies. That's where a client or a patient will come in and sit in front of everybody in class, and we'll go through a history with them and try and figure out, what their problem is, whether it's low back pain, nerve impingement, rotator cuff injuries, and then we'll come up with a treatment plan for them. So the school's very interactive. We don't just only stay in the classroom. We get outside of the classroom as well. We participate in what's called Eagles Autism Awareness Day, which is done in Lincoln Financial Field, and we do sports massage on all the players and all the runners. So that's a great day. We also do chair massage events at like the Downingtown Fall Festival, Paoli Hospital. So the school is locally, we're right in Exton, PA, so it's really nice for everybody in the area that we're such a locally founded school. Let's see, what else? We have about 12 seats to every class, so we try and keep our classrooms very small so that you get a lot of one-on-one attention. And what you're going to learn in massage therapy is that there is a very large scope of practice. So you can work with athletes, you can work in dental offices, chiropractors' offices, pain management clinics, physical therapy departments. If you want to go more of a spa-oriented type of avenue, you can work in one of the franchises. There's Hand and Stone and Massage Envy, Massage Lux, Lords and Ladies. There's a lot of them. We had 52 job opportunities for our last class. We do an on-site job fair so that we have employers that come in that you can ask questions about and try and get yourself an interview. So we would like you to get an interview and grab a job before you actually graduate. So we have a really nice program. It's very fun. You'll really enjoy it. It's a 10-month program. Massage therapists can make $60 to $125 in an hour. You will be a licensed medical professional, and I'll be available here in the chat room for any questions if anybody would like to ask me some questions about our program.
Thank you so much, Robin. Yes, and anyone can feel free to use the Q&A if you have questions for Robin. Next, we'll turn it over to Beth Ann from Chester County Intermediate Unit Practical Nursing Program.
Hi, everyone. My name is Beth Ann Puckett. I am the Practical Nursing Director of Chester County IU. So why choose our program? Chester County Intermediate Unit Practical Nursing Program is a post-secondary program that prepares you to take those NCLEX practical nursing boards and become an LPN. The program exists anywhere from 12 to 18 months, depending on what option you choose. We have a 90% pass rate of NCLEX practical nursing boards, where the national average is 80%, so we are well above that, as well as we have over 95% job placement once 5 months after graduation and you have completed the boards. So it's a great opportunity and program. Different program options we have. We offer a full-time option at our Downingtown campus at TCHS Brandywine. It's Monday through Friday, full-time, all day shift. Your clinicals are day shift, your lab and classroom time is days. We also offer a part-time evening program at that Downingtown TCHS Brandywine campus, and that is Monday through Thursday part-time. Your evening lecture is 5:30 to 10:30 p.m. and your clinicals are 3 to 10:30 p.m. So it is more flexible for some of those parents that have families at home or may work during the day. We also offer a full-time option at our Phoenixville campus at the TCHS Pickering High School, which is again also Monday through Friday, all daytime clinicals, theory, and lab. And we offer a full-time program in West Grove at the TCHS Pennox Bridge campus. And that is 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, all daytime, but they do go to school throughout the summer. The program takes longer, as well as the part-time evening program, because it's only 4 days a week. We have definitely different types of levels and course hours that we teach. Our whole program consists of 1,635 hours. We are ASIN accredited, and your levels range from anywhere from 393 to 414 hours per level. The breakdown of that is when you come into level 1, there are 4 classes you take in that level. All levels include theory, classroom, lab time, and clinical time. The majority of our hours of that 1,635 total, over 700 to 800 hours of that is clinical time, because we feel that that's the best experience for you to have to become an LPN. Level 1, you take foundations, fundamentals, anatomy and physiology, and pharm. Level 2 is all med surgical 1. Level 3 is your maternity and child health nursing, as well as medical surgical 2. And your level 4 is 3 days a week of clinical, 2 if you are in a part-time option or that West Grove campus. It's medical surgical 3, issues in nursing, and IV therapy, as well as a behavioral health rotation at one of our clinical facilities. Many clinical sites and rotations that we use, our biggest acute care hospital campuses are Tower Health, Brandywine Hospital, and Phoenixville Hospital, Chester County Hospital, which is part of Penn Medicine, and Bryn Mawr Rehab, which is part of Mainline Health. Those are our 4 largest hospital clinical sites, as well as numerous nursing homes, assisted livings, long-term care facilities, and school teacher settings. We also have outside rotations as well in wound care, physicians' offices, and so forth. We use Canvas, which is our learning management system, which is all of your online classroom assignments, everything, but everything is in person with class, lab, and clinical. Due to the COVID shutdown a couple years ago with the pandemic, things were different, but everything is back in person. We also use ATI, which is a resource where we take our tests and quizzes. We have simulation labs, both at the Pickering campus and Downingtown campus. The West Grove campus has all of their labs at Downingtown. Use a lot of different interactive learnings, textbooks, course outlines, PowerPoints, and so forth. Tuition, if you're in state, it's roughly around $12 an hour, and you can see the price there, $22,941. Out-of-state residents are $15 per hour, and that's around $27,846. Now, there are other costs with that, but I will tell you that the majority of our students qualify for financial aid. Some even qualify up to 100% of financial aid, which is fantastic. Job opportunities for when you do graduate and pass that NCLEX boards. Urgent cares and acute care hospitals are now both hiring LPNs, and LPNs are coming back in the acute care hospital settings. I just worked a care delivery model with Brandywine Hospital and Phoenixville Hospital, starting to hire them back, as well as Mainline Health in the OR surgical settings. And with the nursing shortage increasing, it is going to expand even more than that. They also work in physicians' offices, long-term care facilities, mental health facilities, schools, and correctional facilities. Next steps, if you're interested in our program, is to take that pre-entrance test TEAS via ATI and submit your scores and apply online. You can see our website address there. We do need your high school transcript or a GED, as well as 2 references. One must be from a current supervisor, and all of your background, FBI, fingerprinting, child abuse clearances, which are, we contract with Castle Branch, which it's an outside compliance tracker that keeps all of your medical requirements, FBI clearances, urine drug screens, COVID vaccinations, all of your immunizations up to date, and you use that throughout your stay in the program. So my question to you is, this could be you someday, and are you willing to take the journey with us? We look forward to you joining our program, and I am available during the Q&A session if you have any specific questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Beth Ann. And we'll turn it over to Ashton from Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ashton. I am with the Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences. We are a healthcare specific institution located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A little bit about us, kind of in a snapshot format. There's our brand new campus. We moved there in 2016, so lots of brand new facilities, including our on-campus simulation lab, where it's really a supplement to our clinicals. We have about 2,000 plus students. We're just kind of hitting that mark, so relatively smaller size. Our typical general education course, student to faculty ratio is 7 students to 1 instructor, but in your clinical sites, the max is 8 students to 1 instructor. So that hands-on experience is really personalized, and some of it's even one-on-one, two-on-one. Of course, you kind of see a snapshot of our students. We are primarily a commuter campus, a lot of local students, but we are expanding slowly and slowly. And we do have some housing options in the area, though there's no on-campus specific housing. So as I mentioned, we are specifically healthcare. So even your general education courses, like your English class, will be geared towards healthcare, medicine of some sort. So As I mentioned, we have smaller class sizes, but another great thing for our students is that if you're accepted into a program, you are guaranteed a clinical placement. So if you're accepted, you have that clinical spot in some cases first semester, at least within the first year, depending on your program of choice and the format. As I mentioned, we have our on-campus simulation lab. We have, mannequins that students can practice on that are extremely lifelike. They can, breathe, they turn blue if they don't have enough oxygen. You can talk through them, really cool. So definitely come to campus if you're able to. We are essentially owned, by Penn Medicine, Lancaster General Health. So we have a great partnership with them. A lot of our clinicals are done there, although not just there, we also have partnerships with WellSpan, Penn State Hershey, Tower, a lot of more of our local healthcare networks. And a lot of our programs can be done in an associate 2-year format, which is great, especially if you're looking to work sooner. And a lot of students like to get their bachelor's as they're working, which overall really saves money and time. And of course, we have even, further programs after our associate bachelor's, even to the master's level with healthcare administration. If you're looking more the business side of healthcare, not so interested in the blood and guts, and even nurse practitioner, doctorate of nursing practice. So depending on your interests and learning goals, we have something for everyone. We did start as nursing, but through the years, we've added more and more health science programs, including some imaging specialties, and then some, more administrative, like I said, healthcare administration, and some more specific certifications. So of course, there are some things that could be unfamiliar for you. I know even with myself, just working with the institution, I'm learning more about new career paths within healthcare. So if you have any questions about specifics, I would be happy to chat in the breakout session about any of our career paths. And of course, we are regionally accredited as well as our specific programs. So transferring credits, that kind of thing, no problem. And of course, because we're healthcare, we're also preparing you to take your licensure exam. So I'm happy to know that we have a very strong NCLEX or nursing licensure exam pass rate. Our most recent students, associate and bachelor's, 98% of them pass on the first attempt, which is awesome. It's always in the 90s, which is really strong. They practice right from the first semester. Health sciences, a little more general, smaller groups, so you'll see some more fluctuation there, but still an 86% passage rate on the first attempt. And a lot of our students are getting positions before they even graduate, but there's a really strong job placement rate. Some of them are 100%, but of course, depending on the field, depending on how active the students are with booking positions, that could vary. Our application process is very simple. It's an application on our website, takes about less than 5 minutes. We're doing a free application. So if you write down the code in all caps, HERO21, that will waive the application fee for you. And then we just need your test scores and transcripts. So we actually are test optional now, but if you'd like to submit your test scores, you are more than welcome to, but it will not affect your admission if you do not. Otherwise, just your transcripts. We no longer require essays or letters of recommendation. We are also rolling admissions. So as soon as you submit everything, we can review, usually hear back within 1 to 2 weeks. Some of our programs do fill a little quicker than others. So I say apply now for fall 2022. We're even still accepting for some spring 2022 programs. So if you're interested, of course, let us know and we'll find the right start term for you. We also offer high school dual enrollment. So if you are still in high school, junior or senior, you can take classes with us at 50% off discounted rate. And you don't have to come to our programs necessarily, but they can transfer elsewhere or into one of our programs. Of course, there's some other benefits. So it's a free application as well. And a little snapshot of our student life. Of course, I mentioned some of our partnerships. We have recruiters come to campus. We have cool spaces. So definitely check out our campus if you're able. A few ways you can do that. We're having a open house, on-campus open house, October 30th. So you can sign up on our website. We also have some virtual ones coming up and summer camps for high school students. And we are now open for tours to visitors. So of course, if you're interested, just check us out. And if anybody has any questions, you can scan this RFI code, this QR code for you, and that'll get you some extra information, or you can always email us if you have any questions, or I'd be happy to chat with you in the breakout session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashton. Now we'll turn it over to University of the Sciences and we'll hear from Rich.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let me go ahead and just give me a second to share my screen if you don't mind. Awesome, fantastic. Looks like it's still loading. Okay. All right. Hey, thank you so much, everybody. My name is Rich Bell. I work as an admissions counselor here at University of the Sciences. I've been here almost 2 months now, started in late August, so I'm learning a lot along with all of you as well. Welcome once again. So a robust history and legacy, U Sciences was founded in 1821 as Philadelphia College of Pharmacy, the first college of pharmacy of its kind in North America. We've since branched out and we have 3 colleges within our university. We have our Philadelphia College of Pharmacy, which still exists, as well as our Sampson College of Health Science and our Misher College of Arts and Sciences as well. And we are 200 years old this year, so it's our bicentennial anniversary, if you can believe that. You may have seen in the media, we have signed a merger agreement with St. Joseph's University, which is a neighboring institution here in West Philadelphia. We're committed to our commitment to our students remains the same. We're committed to providing a high quality student-centered education. For fall 2022, we guarantee fixed tuition, merit scholarship for the amount and duration offered, no changes at this point to the general education requirements, and strong breadth and expertise in science and healthcare education. Our academic programs are listed here. Some of them are better than others in terms of pre-med preparation, but all of them, all the programs students take advantage of in many cases to gain preparation for a medical school curriculum. We also have a pre-health specialization track, and there's pre-health advising with 2 pre-health advisors. They can help you with resume writing, interview prep, and personal statement writing as well. So we have pre-dental, pre-medicine, pre-optometry, pre-podiatry, and pre-veterinary studies offered. We also have 3 direct entry programs in pharmacy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy, and a physician assistant program as well. Direct entry advantages. This makes us unique in terms of other institutions. Your seat is required for the entire program length, and you're also not required to complete the PCAT or the GRE examination. We also have many different minors and certificates, not only rooted in the sciences, but also in business. So you see there general business, marketing. We also have Spanish offered as a foreign language, and Spanish for healthcare professionals offered at the certificate level as well. Students can do undergraduate research as early as your freshman year, and there are opportunities to become published, rooted in strong educational and professional development, and this is true for all academic disciplines on campus. So our campus is really unique in terms of the programs that we offer, as well as the campus life. So we're located conveniently in University City. There are many historical and cultural opportunities, major entertainment center and professional sports, go Eagles and Phillies, and we're 90 minutes to the mountains or the Jersey Shore, which personally I love. We have many student organizations on campus. So we have student government, professional organizations, Greek life, as well as religious groups. And many students start clubs if there's one that exists that they, that doesn't exist that they want to start. So with housing, 84% of our first year students reside on campus. Campus housing is guaranteed for 2 years, and there is a 2-year residential requirement for students, for resident students. Our newest residence hall on campus, the Living and Learning Commons, has space for 400 plus students. There's private full restrooms in each room, as well as study locations and classroom space throughout the building. For campus safety and security, there's emergency call boxes. We share campus shuttle service with University of Pennsylvania, and there's walking escort from public safety as well. So investing in your education, the main question many students and their families have is, what is it going to cost to embark on college education? So we have a fixed, transparent price schedule. You're going to know the cost to earn your degree from the day you begin. There's no percentage increases during the summer, and this amounts to thousands of dollars in savings for our families, and we're among the most affordable colleges in the region. We have merit, legacy, sibling, and honor scholarships available. And we have need-based financial aid as well through the FAFSA that opened a few weeks ago on October 1st, and our school code is listed there. So the admissions process is pretty straightforward. You have to apply on the common application. It's free to apply, and we have rolling admission. So no early decision, no early action, nothing that's binding. It really is a student-centered, holistic approach. So we require the official transcript. One letter of recommendation is required, probably from a math or science instructor at your high school. Up to 2 additional letters are optional, and we require 1 Common App essay prompt be answered as well. And we are test optional. So if you're a great test taker, great. If you're not, don't worry about submitting them. We won't consider them for admissions or financial aid. So required high school coursework is listed here for both mathematics and science. And our admissions timeline: on August 1st, the common application opens. From November to April, we have application review and rolling admissions. Priority decision deadline, not only at UScience, but across the country, is May 1st. And in June or July, we collect final high school transcripts signed by your guidance counselor or assistant principal, and AP or IB scores are due at this time for the senior year as well. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to my presentation. I can be reached at the following phone numbers, the email there, admin@usciences.edu. And there are also photos of all of us, me and the other counselors, on our website. And there's also, more fun facts and ways to sign up for open house as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Rich. And now we'll turn it over to John from Thomas Jefferson University.
It would help if I unmute myself, hoping you guys can hear me okay now. I'm John Witherington. I am the Director of Admissions at Thomas Jefferson University. It's a place in Philly that has really, really deep roots in experiential learning. We were the first experiential medical college in 1824. And we were also the first textile school in the country. We started in 1884. So kind of really interesting synergy with professional education and preparing people to do something when they leave. That's been kind of the common theme, whether it was healthcare or design or business since the 1800s. And I mean, we've changed a ton since then. We've changed locations, added tons of programs, but never really lost that goal of really preparing people to get their hands dirty and get after it when they're studying. If you ever get to the website for the university, sometimes it's a little disorienting because there's a lot going on. And that's because we actually have 6 campuses of study. But you should know that all of our first year undergraduate students begin in our East Falls location. And that location is known as our main campus. And all of our undergraduate programs start there. And if you haven't been, it's a really, really great place. I've been bouncing around there since 2003. So I can attest. It's a beautiful spot in the East Falls pocket of the city. It's on a little over 100 acres of green campus. Class sizes are pretty intimate, 13 students for 1 professor, and we have about 2,800 total undergraduates on the campus. We also have about 1,000 graduate students studying that particular campus as well. To help orient you to the types of programs that we have, I mentioned specific strengths in as the first medical college and experiential medical college in the region and in design, but anything within the College of Architecture and the built environment, we have a whole college of study dedicated to that. We have a College of Design, Engineering, and Commerce and Business with just about any design-oriented program that you could think of, and very entrepreneurial-focused business programs. I'm going to skip the health professions for a minute and circle back to that, but we have a whole College of Humanities, where I would say law and society and our interdisciplinary studies are sort of our and communications are kind of our flagship programs there. We also have a College of Life Sciences where pre-med and bio are certainly big ones for us, and a College of Rehabilitation Sciences where we have exercise science and then a lot of accelerated dual programs where exercise science is sort of the lead in, but you can conclude with a master's in athletic training or a clinical doctorate in occupational therapy or a doctorate in physical therapy. We also have a really, really robust College of Health Professions. And, you know, like some colleagues earlier in the presentation have talked about, you know, there's a lot of pathway programs and accelerated dual options. And so if you kind of think of our College of Health Professions in really 3 chunks, there's straight 4-year degrees where you can, you know, earn a degree in health sciences, and then we'll help you prepare an application to graduate school upon exit. There's very structured pathway programs. Many of them are 2+2 pre-professional phase, and then 2 years in a professional phase. Nursing is a huge one for us. Pre-pharmacy is a huge one for us. Medical imaging, laboratory science, and pre-medical laboratory studies are big ones. And then we have a whole number of accelerated dual degree options where you can, you know, essentially earn an undergraduate and a graduate degree, you know, guaranteed entry into the graduate phase or the doctoral phase, assuming you, you know, you meet certain progression criteria. But, you know, with terminal degrees in athletic training, community and trauma, nutrition, dietetic practice, occupational therapy, physician's assistant, there's a pretty lengthy list there. Real proud of our success rate. Our grads do really well. Almost 97% of them have a job or in grad school within 6 months of graduation. Ton to do, you know, with the spot in the city that we are. You know, we're really not far from lots of action in Center City. We polled the students though and said, like, what are your favorite places to go? And these are some of the things that they mentioned. If you don't want to head into Center City, the town of Manayunk is about 1.5 miles down the road, and that's probably the small town that our students identify with most. If you haven't been, it's an old, you know, kind of an old factory town that they flipped all the warehouses into places to eat and shop and sit outside. It's right along the canal. It's super pretty and really, you know, nice place to people watch. Ton to do. We have you know, a lot of organizations and clubs on campus, whether it's related to your major or social in nature or service oriented or health and wellness stuff. You're certainly not going to want for you know, for campus life and activity. 17 varsity sports. We compete at the Division II level. About 10% of our student population does compete in a varsity sport. So chances are, you know, someone who's doing so. You may have heard of our men's basketball coach, Herb McGee. He's the 2nd all-time winningest college coach ever in the history of the NCAA. So he's a bit of an institution himself. We do have financial aid. Everyone's considered for academic merit scholarships upon their application being reviewed. So we'll certainly have that conversation with you. We have lots of events coming up. We just had an open house on Saturday. We have another one coming up on the 20th of November, and then a virtual open house in December. And then finally, we have lots of opportunities to compete for scholarship as well. On Saturday, we have a Nexus scholarship competition. And on the 20th of November, we're doing a portfolio review day. So Liz, I see you there. I'll stop talking, I promise. And here's my contact information. If you ever need anything, we can talk about how to apply, when to do it. And if you want to go to our website, our QR code's there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. And thanks to all the presenters this evening. We do have a few moments left, so I'd love to take a moment to ask you all some general questions that might help students and others who are attending this evening. So maybe in your 30 seconds, if you'd like to give a little advice about what you'd give someone going through the college process. And I'd love to start back with Sophia, who kicked us off this evening, if you have any advice for someone going through the college process.
Sure, thank you, Liz. So I think this is a really great question. I was a first-gen college student myself, and some of the things that if I could talk to my younger self, what I would say to myself really is visit. You probably heard this before, but it really is good advice. It's to visit as many schools as you can, and to when you're at that school, actively ask yourself, do I picture myself walking to class? Do I picture myself making friends here? Do I picture myself going to a club and organization, living in my dorm, you know, studying and seeing myself have my goals and desires come to fruition at this place? So in order to really help envision that, it's the best thing to do is have yourself physically be there and absorb the sights and the sounds and meet the people and get a feel for what everything is like. I would say that, in my opinion, is one of the biggest pieces in the college search process, is to visit as many as you can and to ask, not be afraid to ask questions. You're investing in yourself. So, don't be afraid just because someone is a professor or someone is person of authority. It's perfectly okay to ask a bazillion questions. That's what we're all here for. So that would be my main advice for all of you.
Thank you, Sophia. Robin, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, that was actually really good, Sophia. We pretty much are a very intimate program. So admissions process is to, come to the school or either give me a call, and you can always call me at 484-341-8598. That's the massage therapy school in Exton. And I like to, do the interviews with everyone one-on-one to make sure that not only are we a good fit for you, but you're a good fit for us as well. You have to be 18 years of age or older. It is a 12th grade reading level. And I just want to make sure that massage therapy is a career choice that you're interested in, and not just because the rate of pay is so good. A lot of people come through the program, but we actually pick our students. So we have 12 students to every class. And you can always sit in on a class if you'd like to, just to see if it's a good fit for you. So that's also an opportunity to mentor or to shadow one of our chiropractors and see what it's like for a massage therapist to work in the medical setting. So admission, that's the admission process for us. It's very simple. Students are required to have a medical certificate, which is a clearance from your doctor, which is a regular physical, because you will not only be practicing massage on other students, but you will be receiving as well.
Thank you so much, Robin.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. And Beth Ann, did you have anything else you'd like to add for that question?
No, I think Sophia hit it on the head. You have to, whether you know what you want to do or not with your major, if you're a high school student or a continuing grad, you need to feel comfortable on the campus and part of that program. If you're something like our program, you're not on a normal college campus day in and day out with housing, but you have to feel comfortable in the program, feel that you're accepted, like the environment, and see yourself in that area.
Thank you so much. And John, you have a question in the Q&A. I don't know if you want to answer it privately, but I'll come back to you for the response to this question too. Ashton, did you have anything else you wanted to add about general advice?
Yeah, maybe this is my love of making lists, but I think it's good to know going into maybe like a visit to the campus or even just doing research, kind of knowing yourself and what you're looking for and what your deal breakers are, like things you definitely want in the institution you're going to. And then maybe some things are like, this would be a bonus, but not be, necessarily, a deal breaker. It wouldn't be required, for you to maybe make that decision. So just knowing yourself before going into it, because I think the visit 100%, feeling the vibe is extremely important, but also you can get swept away and just like everything. So just kind of keeping those things in mind when you are going to visit a campus or just doing research in general.
Wonderful. And Rich, anything else you'd like to add? Oh, Rich, for some reason we can't hear you. Well, I'm going to skip over Rich and go to John if you have anything else.
Level is to get out specifically to an open house to, because they're really well-rounded, at least where we work. You get a great tour of campus, really good lunch, really good academic sessions with faculty and staff, and really good meetings with the admissions team as well. And when I went through this process 6 or 7 years ago, I always loved meeting other prospective students and their families, because you get to see who you will likely be going to school with and what the community's like. So I found those experiences to be really rewarding, and I'd highly recommend them to any of you.
Thank you, Rich. And last but not least, you want to round us out with some advice, John?
I mean, I think the only thing I would say that hasn't been said is, enjoy yourself too. You guys have earned the right. You've put in the work. You've earned the right to have some fun with this and spend some time reflecting on all the awesome accomplishments that you've had over the years. In college, the college search is kind of a cool time to sit back and put all that down on paper and do some exploring. But it's stressful because you don't know the ending yet, but but enjoy yourself. You've earned the right.
Great advice. You've all been wonderful panelists this evening, and thanks to the attendees for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to complete a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And also from now until the top of the hour, when the next session starts, you can join these college reps who presented this hour and chat with them in a breakout room. I'm actually placing that chat, that link right now into the chat. So you should be able to see that and meet with them individually if you'd like to do so. You'll also be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Chester County. And thank you for joining us. Everyone have a great night.
Thank you.